Only smart Uber stroke Bolt drivers know these few driving tricks to boost their earnings. Stay tuned.
This sound is dedicated to all the drivers that work 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. Oba, I see you. Lucky Admiralty, running all night shift, sleeping on the traffic light. Nobody really see your pain. Alright, here we go. Again, another trip, long trip. Oh, this is so...
Yo, you guys are welcome to the Referal channel. Thank you guys for tuning in today to the video. If this is your first time coming across the channel, please consider hitting on that subscribe button. I'm a driver here in Lagos State, Nigeria. I share my experience as an Uber stroke Bolt driver here in Nigeria, Lagos State, Nigeria. I try to help other drivers with my own experience so they learn from this experience to avoid the mistakes I've made in the past, to apply some of the tricks I share on this channel so they can take their earning to the next level. I also share my experience in terms of car maintenance from my perspectives as a driver. I share my challenges, and I also share dramatic ride footage. So if all this interests you, kindly consider hitting that subscribe button and turn on bell notification icon. This way you get notified every time I come up with a new video. So yes, without wasting time, let's go into today's video straight up. Number one, you need to be aware that it is not every part of the city that you accept to go on trips. It's not every part of the city. There are hundreds of drivers out there. It shouldn't be you that will take that trip from the airport in the morning, let's say around 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock in the morning, going to Dokbemu or going to Yanakwaja. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any economical sense. One, you're going to take that trip to that area. That area you're going to get stuck. It will be a free ride going to that axis. But coming back will be the problem. Coming back will be the problem. You'll be probably stuck in a traffic of 2 hours, 3 hours. And guess what? Waiting time is very, very small in terms of all the criterias, all the considerables when it comes to your fare. You make more money dropping off and picking off new riders instead of you sitting down in traffic. Some drivers think that sitting in traffic increases your earning. No, it doesn't. You make little sitting in traffic. You only spend more time and make less money. This is Odokbemu. There are many other places that is a red flag. Places like Maza, places like Trade Fair. When I started this my ride share, I used to fulfill every trip. I go to different places. I go to Meron, I go to Ota, but with time I started understanding that it is not all the trips. If I really want to maximize my earning, it is not all the trips I will fulfill. I need to start applying wisdom and understanding to the business. So I started rejecting some trips, and I started knowing why I reject those trips. Some reasonable riders know the reason why drivers reject this trip, and they will tell you, they will play an offer to you that, okay, you know what, can we negotiate? Fine, you can negotiate with those kind of. I wouldn't even advise you to bring it up. Let them bring it up, because once you bring it up, they're going to definitely rate you bad at the end of that trip. Let them bring the aspect of them negotiating to add up to that. There was a day I took a trip. Guess where? Redeem Camp. Why I took that trip is that the lady that I took on that trip was very polite. She pleaded with me that please. But guess what? I had to drive more than 2 hours to come back. Before I got the next trip was when I got to Judu Bega. That was when I got the next trip. Imagine how many hours I've wasted. I've burnt fuel, I've burnt resources, I've wasted time. So you need to apply this wisdom, whichever city you are, to make this most money. You are not just there to be driving for charity. You are there with your car, or whichever car you drive, if it's a partner car, to make money. And to go home with something, not just drive all around Lagos or drive all around Abuja or drive whichever city you are, drive all around without having anything to show for it. It's not wise. It doesn't make any sense. Number two, I need you to think about this deeply, understand your city, and this will apply in whichever city you drive in. Here in Lagos State, Nigeria, you make more money when you drive on the island. You may want to argue if you drive on Lagos, it's fine. You have your own opinion. You can let me know in the comment section below. But I'll give you a logical explanation why you make more money when you drive on the island. Take this case study, for instance. This is a Google map that I screenshot at the same time. This is from Chevron Drive to Abramadesa, which is about 10-kilometer drive. And you'll be spending 15 minutes. I've picked up 10-kilometer pickup on the island. Because why? The roads are freer, the roads are wider, and the roads are better. 10-kilometer pickup. Meanwhile, you have a about 9.3 kilometer on the mainland, and you are taking about 1 hour plus to fulfill that ride. It doesn't make any sense. So that's why I always tell drivers in different forums, different platforms, that you make more money working on the island. Some of them will be like, are you God? How do you know you make more money? I work on the mainland. See, 9 times out of 10, every driver that is on the island will make more money than a driver that is on the mainland. you can take it to the bank. It's very logical. You have more rider pool on the island compared to the mainland. You have more riders there. You have Ikoyi, you have Victoria Island, you have Lekki, you have Aja. These places have a lot of riders and more potentials for you to get a ride request. So it is a no-brainer. You make more money if you work on the island. Some people will be like, it's God, you never can tell. I'm not saying that you shouldn't believe in God. Yes, believe in God, but God has created every human with a brain and the ability to reason. This is my own personal strategy. Once I am lucky enough to get a trip that takes me to the island in the morning, my day, I'm not coming back until it is late evening. The only time I will come back to the mainland, it's if that trip is on a surge. That's when I will come back to the mainland. But if it's a normal trip, I ain't coming. I'm cancelling on that rider, or let the rider cancel on me, depending on my cancellation rates. I talked about that in the previous video, to understanding your cancellation rate and know when to cancel and when not to cancel. So yes, you make more money working on the island. Sorry to burst your bubble. I'm not saying that you shouldn't take trips on the mainland. Sometimes, yes, there are surge. You see surge around ICM, around different parts of the mainland. I'm not saying you should totally not take trips on the mainland. No, that's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is that you should always strive to make sure you make it as early enough. So you get more trips, you fulfill more trips, drop off and pick off. And definitely, the surge can be on the mainland in the morning. Yes, that's because people are rushing down to the island or rushing down to different more urban areas. But once it's on the evening, you see places around Marina, there's a lot of surge, places around Lekki, places around Victoria Island, there's a lot of surge. So once in the evening, you go to this surge, pick up a trip that takes you home. If you stay on the island, lucky for you. Number 3, being nice can earn you tip. Yes, being nice can earn you tip. No matter how sad you feel or how bad you feel, maybe you left the home in a bad mood, once you enter your vehicle, try to put on that good, positive, look. Try to make your rider feel comfortable. I know definitely there are some riders out there that just want to spoil your day, but you try to let them know that it's your business. It is not easy. In fact, sometimes I've lost it in the past. There are sometimes I've lost it, but try your best. Try your best to always be on that cool end, on that composed end, that your rider will see you as a businessman. And at the end of the day, you can end up getting tips. The number 4 secret that experienced driver know is that it is better to leave the house early. I'm not saying you should wake up at 5 o'clock. When I started this business, when I started the rideshare business, I used to wake up. I was very religious about it. I wake up early as 5 a.m. I'm out. But I noticed, man, that early morning sleep does a lot for me. In fact, I think that is the time where I get to heal very well from the stress of the previous day. So try to leave the house as early as 7 o'clock, because that is the time where a lot of riders are going from the mainland to the island. They are trying to beat that traffic. So leave the house on time. Try your best to leave the house on time. Anything that makes you stay home till 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, the chances of you getting a trip that will take you to that side of Lagos will be more difficult. And I know I'm mentioning Lagos. All these things I'm mentioning, if you understand your city, whichever city you are in, if you understand the metrics of your city, you can apply this thing anywhere. Let's say, for instance, in Abuja, you have Gwarimpa, you have Lugbe, you have, there are some places in Abuja that are a bit rural, not very urban. You get trip requests from that places, but you should know in your own city that these places in my city is more urban, and I'm more likely to get more trip requests in this part of the city. And of course, you should also know where in your city where is notorious for traffic, where you should avoid, because when you spend more time on traffic, you don't actually make as much as you think you do. So you should know these metrics and apply it to your favor. These are some of the things that smart and experienced drivers know that give them an earning advantage over other drivers. So thank you for watching today's video. I hope you got value from this video. If you get this video a thumbs up, kindly remember to subscribe and turn on bell notification for more videos, and apply these little tricks and little secrets and see your earnings grow from where you used to be to where you want it to be. So it's from the Referal to all you guys out there. I'm saying peace and stay safe.